Hi guys, Mr. Overon here with Mr. Overon's Tarot Reading Services, and today I'm going to talk to you about sigils. Now, a sigil is a power writing or something like that that you can empower or imbuke with, not imbuke. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's a symbol or a thing of writing that you can empower and make do wondrous things. You know, they can be used as spell wards, they can be used as talismans, whatever. This is more of a quote-unquote techno-pagan way of doing it. And if you don't know what techno-pagan means, it's using technology and paganism to create a coherent religion that works for you, or incorporating technology into the practice of witches and witchcraft. And I'll cover that in a different video, because that's way too long to try to explain how you can incorporate all that into. So, in the old days, people would handwrite out these sigils, and a sigil can be a form of writing, or it can be a symbol or whatever that is, like I said, spiritually charged or empowered with magic or energy. I use the computer to create my sigils, and I use Photoshop to kind of put it all together and make it look nice. It's just a lot easier. But back in the day, before computers and stuff, and people would do this, they would do triangles, or so they would be either the regular triangle, you know, the point at the top and the 2 points at the bottom, or inverted with the point down and the 2 points up. And the idea behind this was that whatever word that you're using, as you're creating it, so like if you want to banish this from your life, say like, I'll stop smoking. So you would write out the whole phrase with no spaces, I will stop smoking, and then you would drop one letter off of the end until it formed a pyramid, and the very last letter of the writing would be like the point. So to show you an example of that, I printed out a couple of sigils that I have hanging around my house. This particular sigil is no negative people. Let's see, no negative people or events or circumstances from my past shall be in my future. So this is to banish negativity and people and things from my past. So this is an inverted triangle, and I'll try to get it as close as I can so you can see. But you drop off the letter at the end of the sentence until it gets all the way down to a single solitary letter, which in this one is N. So what the thought behind this was that it was diminishing the power or the person or the thing that you wanted out of your life. So contrary-wise, if you wanted to bring it into your life, you would start at the top and it would be I. And then you would go to the first letter in the sentence. So I, W, O, or I will stop smoking. So it would be I, W, I, W, I, L, W, I, L, L, until you got all the way down to the full sentence. So this way would be invoking. This way would be banishing. Then you would charge this with your energy. Now the way that I charge them is I print out 4 of these, and I stick one on one end of the house, one on the other end of the house, one over my front door, and one over my back door. And I visualize the energy that I need coming up through the floor into my legs and building up in my solar planks. I can't remember that word right now, but like in chakras, this area right here. And then I will hold my hands out to my side, palm up, and visualize that energy forming into a ball here. And then I will shoot that energy through my palm at my front door and my back door. And I will visualize all these letters glowing red, and then the whole symbol glowing red. Then I will bring my hands together like I'm praying and just ball that energy back up, and I will change positions and then do the same thing, so that one hand is facing toward the living room, one hand is facing toward the bedroom, and I will shoot my energy out that way and empower these again. And then once I feel like there's enough energy in each of these, then I will bring my hands back together, and then I will put my hands out and spin in a circle 3 times. So if it's for something that I'm banishing, I'll go in a circle counterclockwise to signify that I'm banishing the energy. And mentally, I am painting a circle around my whole house and visualizing the energy as red or black or white or whatever you're happening to try to call up for yourself. So if it's a banishing, you would put black around yourself. If it's a protection, white. If you're doing it for money, green, love, pink, or red, so on and so forth. So it takes a little bit of knowledge of colors and their corresponding relationships, as well as visualization and meditation and energy manipulation skills. But it is one of the easiest forms of magic that you could possibly do. Now, if you want to get a little bit more creative and have a banishing and invoking, you can do something like a diamond. So the top part here is what I'm invoking. The bottom part here is what I'm banishing. So this one says, I will be happy and content. And then the part that I'm banishing is, no unhappiness shall come. So this is bringing happiness into my life and banishing the unhappiness or depression or whatever. So I have 4 of these hanging around. Some on my door, some on my back door, some on my one side of the house, and some in my bedroom, because that's the other end of the house. But what you want to do is you want to try to line up what you're going to say, so that it makes a perfect diamond. So you wouldn't want like, I don't want the bill collectors to ever be here again, and blah 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 blah. And this top part up here is, I will be happy. It's not going to form. So you want the symmetry to make the form. Now, I've also taken it a step further and gone like way freaking crazy. This one was extremely difficult for me to put together. I did a cross because I wanted to see if, 1, if I could do it, and 2, what the energies would be and what the how it would affect things differently. So first of all, I had to come up with something that I wanted to banish, something I wanted to bring in, and then these arms here, the one says that says I will be pain free, and the other side says I will be happy. And so those are things that I'm bringing into the center, and the center letter on this is I, so it's focusing on myself. And I know this is probably getting really convoluted and difficult to understand at this point, but for this particular one, which, like I said, is the first time I've ever done something this complex, I wanted everything to start and end with the letter I, so it was singular for myself. So this is about as best as I could do, trying to line everything up. This is where Photoshop really came in handy. So, and I'll hold it back up here again so you can see kind of how the letters drop off and how things work out. It might be a little dark, but you get the idea. So, those are things that I do for myself to not only be a visual representation of the magic that I'm doing and the things that I want to undo in my life, but it also helps create a ward around my house that I don't have to think about all the time. And anyone who walks into the home, if they're suffering with these issues that you're trying to get rid of from your own life, it then extends onto them as well. That's why I like having it above the door, so anyone who walks through the doorway is automatically enchanted and blessed, and it brings a little bit of help into their world. Now, the interesting thing about doing it like this is that eventually they will start to wilt. And by wilting, I mean they'll start to close in on themselves, or if you just have them hanging up, like on some of mine, I just put them right in behind my valances on my windows. Sometimes they'll just like start to fall over and get floppy, and they'll hang there like that. When they're no longer laying flat, the sigil is no longer working. It's losing its power. So what you would want to do then is you would want to go and recreate or reprint whatever sigil you've used. You can recharge it. It's, in my own personal opinion, not going to hold the power that it did when it was freshly done and done the first time. So you may be able to get away with it for like 1, maybe 2 rechargings, but I wouldn't push it past that. But that's my magic, that's how I work, that's the interpretation I got when I started doing these, and noticing that after 4 or 5 months that they started to wilt or fold in on themselves and stuff like that. Now what I do afterwards, after they're all said and done and they've wilted, I will then take them and ceremoniously burn them in my cauldron and think the energies that those have produced, and then I will then take that ash and I will either bury it, or I will then incorporate it into black salt when I go to make my black salt. And I think I have a video of that up right now. So anyways, I will try to link it if it's up. If not, I will make a video. I'm pretty sure I've done one. But anyways, yeah, so that's my quick little magical tip for the day. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you would like a tarot reading or have a spell cast, or if you would like for me to create you a sigil, hit me up on the website, www.mroveron.com. That's MROVERON.com. And you want to talk to me privately, please feel free to shoot me an email. That's mroveron@gmail.com. And yeah, thank you for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, and make sure you hit the little bell so that you get updated whenever I update. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye, witches!